I'm the Pervy Sage, and how are you doing? I'm your host for the Anbu Anime Review Fan Service. And this is the review where I get to let you in on some of my favorite and not so favorite fan service animes. Now, again, there are things that you can't do. Like a lot of these you can't show the kids. But why would I have to tell you that when you know fan service isn't for kids? That's why the Pervy Sage is sitting here and hosting it for you. But let's get into what I'm going to review. Today's review is an anime that's close to my heart and makes me feel so warm and fuzzy inside and shows just the right amount of jugs that you can ever imagine being seen in your entire life. And that anime is High School DXD. Now let's get into the show's description so you can see why I'm so excited about this anime. A war between heaven and hell is raging on Earth, and hormones are raging in Issei's pants. Enter Curvy Rias, a devilish class leader. Ooh, sounds very enticing to me. It's one of those animes that no matter what, makes me happy. But let's get into it. The protagonist is Issei Hyodo. Now, I will say this. Issei is one of these students that I wish was my student. You know, because then I could teach him in the arts and styles and this and that of the style of peeping. But with that being said, Issei is a high schooler with a mission to have a harem. But in a weird twist of fate, he becomes the servant of our other and far more beautiful protagonist, Rias Grimmery. Now, Rias is from a leadership family of devils that is actually very, very prestigious within the realms of hell. And she's also the leader of the Occult Research Club. She also has other subordinates that are with her as well. And they all are summoned to her command whenever she needs them. Now, of all the pieces that all her subordinates are ranked like chess pieces. And I have to admit, she has one chess piece. Akeno, her queen. I tell you, Akeno's so beautiful and has amazing jugs. Her jugs reminds me of a certain Hokage. But back to the story. Now, Issei gets caught in between the battle of heaven and hell. And because he's now caught in between the battle of heaven and hell, what he finds out is that he doesn't realize he's actually the wielder of a sacred gear. And the sacred gear will somehow, some way tilt the tides of war in the favor of whoever somehow wields the secret gear. Should it be Issei or should it be someone else? Now, in the anime, it goes on. Eventually, he gets to learn how to use it and everything like that. And it's one of these animes that no matter what, it gets you excited about how fun it is. So with that, I have to admit, it's one of my favorite animes. And not only that, it also gets into a lot of the realms of other things, but it's also very comedic as well. The fan service doesn't get overwhelming and everything. So it's one that you would really enjoy. Now, the art style is what it is. The art style is a line of realism but cartoony, so you always understand the comedic aspect of it, and it's so much fun, especially when you get to see boobies and they show boobies. But the thing about it is that you don't have to worry about that because, again, the art style doesn't get in the way of the story. It actually helps the story along, and at the same time, the fan service is involved in the story that you eventually forget that it's fan service. So I'm going to say I absolutely love it. The music to the opening is good. It's not the best music, but neither is the montage. The montage is okay and everything is fine, but that's what you should expect from a fan service anime. Something more fun, upbeat, light, and everything like that. So that is what you get with the opening and the closing. But again, what do you expect from a fan service anime? We're only there to see boobies. But again, it's one of the best. Now, here are my thoughts on the anime. I will say this. As much as I love looking at the woman's boobs all the time, the story doesn't get lost. Sometimes you can watch fan service and the story gets lost within the fan service because the fan service is right front and center. But the thing about this one is that you tend to forget that the fan service is even involved because the story is so good and works its way along. It has great comedic timing in it, which I absolutely have to admit, I absolutely enjoy it. Even though I enjoy the movies a little bit more, but still, either way, it's great, it's fine, it's fun. So with that, I'm gonna be honest with you, I like it. It's a fan service comedy, and it's very, very well, it's scripted very, very well. And to be honest, it gets my seal of approval, 5-star sage high five. So with that, like I said again, check it out, High School DXD. It's definitely one of the best ones you can watch. And again, even though I don't feel that I have to say it, but let me say it anyway. Fan service is not for kids. It's for pervy adults like myself. So you can check it out on the Funimation app, and you can check out all 4 seasons on the Funimation app, dubbed and subbed. Other than that, this has been your Pervy Sage, and this has been the Anbu Anime Review Fan Service.